What's up guys, Tobias here and welcome to, as you can tell by the title and most probably the squad in front of you, we do have a different Call of Duty squad builder for you today. So, a lot of you may have probably already seen this on FUT Head, and the guy did actually send it to me and it was such a good team. I did want to do something different. You can probably tell what I've done different. I have put their faces on their cards. So if you don't know what's going on, basically the players in this squad have the same name as the main characters from Call of Duty. So for example, if you've played Call of Duty, you're all going to know the main characters such as Shepard, Price. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get some of the main characters in there, such as Gaz, for example, just simply because their names don't exist on the FUT on Ultimate Team this year. But nonetheless, I have been able to make a 75 rated chemistry squad. The guy that actually sent me the squad did have someone else in the central centre mid position. However, I have changed it up to improve the characters from Call of Duty. So starting with the goalkeeper, then I do have Woods from Doncaster. Now, Woods is a Master Sergeant from Black Ops and Black Ops 2. He is also playable in the mission Suffer With Me, where the characters Woods and Mason do actually go out to try and capture Noriega and actually fail, and unfortunately Woods does actually die, which is player determined if you do play Black Ops, who is actually killed by Raul Menendez. Moving on to the right back then, we do actually have Castro. He is from Atlante from Liga MX, and he is also the president of Cuba in the first Black Ops. As well as this, he is also a playable character in the Black Ops Zombies map 5. He does appear in the mission Operation 40, where Mason actually tries to assassinate him. However, he does find later out on in the story mode of Call of Duty that it was actually a double and he hasn't actually assassinated Castro. Moving on to the centre back then, we do have a Price. Now, Price is actually from St. Patrick's in the Electricity League, and if you've played Call of Duty, you'll know he is in the Special Forces with Soap, and he does actually make an appearance in the old school Call of Duty 4, as well as the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, as well as the new Modern Warfare 3. He does actually first appear in Call of Duty in the mission Crew Expendable, which is actually probably the first ever Call of Duty mission I remember, when actually a group of characters do actually get flown out to a cargo ship on a Black Hawk, and it does actually get bombed and it does sink and you have to try and get out of there. Moving on to the second centre back then, we do have Hudson. Hudson is probably one of the main characters in Call of Duty, and the centre back we do have is from Cardiff in the Championship. Now, Hudson is a special agent in the CIA, and he does actually appear in the first ever Black Ops as well as the second Black Ops. Unfortunately, this character does actually die in Black Ops 2. Menendez captures Hudson, Woods and David, and the enemy Menendez does actually say to them that he is going to kill one of them, and Hudson, being the kind guy he is, did actually volunteer to sacrifice himself to save Woods and David. He does actually unfortunately die by taking a Spaz 12 to the kneecaps, and then Menendez does actually cut his throat. Moving on to the left back position, unfortunately I did have to use a centre back in this position, and we do actually have Dragovic. Now, Dragovic is from the Swiss Super League and he does play for FC Basel, but in Call of Duty he is the enemy, the Major General Dragovic from Black Ops 2. He is actually responsible for the death of Petrevko and also the creation of Project Nava. That is also a mission in Call of Duty Black Ops. Luckily, because he is an enemy, he does actually get killed in the game. He is killed by Mason in the final mission of the original Black Ops. Moving on to the midfield then, I'll start on the right hand side with the first centre mid, and we do have Rodega. He is actually also an enemy in Call of Duty series, and the player does actually play in the Liga MX for the team Puebla. Now, Noriega is actually a general. He does actually help the CIA capture Menendez. However, unfortunately, he does actually betray the CIA by teaming up with Menendez to help him counter and try and hide him from the CIA. He does actually appear in the mission Suffer With Me with the likes of Woods, who I did start off with when they try and capture Noriega. But when he does get captured, he does actually swap out, he does actually take off his head mask, which he's been hidden on, and he does actually put the mask on Woods. So he is actually still alive in the Call of Duty series. Moving on to the second centre mid then, we do have Foley. Now, Foley does go back to old school times in Modern Warfare 2, and the player we do have does actually play for Drogheda United in the Electricity League, and he is actually a sergeant for the US Army in Modern Warfare Warfare 2. So if you've played Modern Warfare 2, which was probably when a lot of you probably will have started playing Call of Duty, he is actually in the first ever mission. Same shit, different day. It is actually called SSDD in Call of Duty, and he is also in the Special Ops mission The Pit, and he is actually still alive in the Call of Duty series. Moving on to the final and last centre mid, we do have Steiner. He is also unfortunately an enemy in the Call of Duty series. He does play in the Austrian League for Mattersburg, and he is actually an enemy German doctor who actually creates the Nova 6 in Black Ops, which is a toxic chemical which is designed to kill members of the US Army and the CIA. Luckily though, because he is an enemy, he does actually get executed later on in Black Ops, later on in the game, and he is killed by Mason. Moving on to Mason then, who we do have in the centre forward position. He does play for Cardiff in the Championship, and he is also a captain in the CIA as well as an agent in Black Ops, and he does also make an appearance later on in Black Ops 2. He is actually still alive in Call of Duty, which is also player determined. You could have had him killed in the game if you wanted to, and Woods actually killed him accidentally, as I said, later on when they captured Noriega and he took off his head mask and he actually put it on Mason. So then when Woods turns up, he thinks that it's Noriega under the head mask, and he actually shoots him. When he takes off the head mask, he actually sees that he has killed his friend Mason, which is unfortunate, but that is, as I said, player determined, so you could have that not have happened, so he could still be alive depending on what you've chosen to happen in Call of Duty. Moving on to the two strikers then, on the right hand side we do have Shepard. Shepard is probably the most well known player in the Call of Duty franchise, and he does actually play for Reading in the Premiership. He is a bronze 60 rated striker. So General Shepard then is a lieutenant in the US Army in Modern Warfare 2, and he does actually betray the US Army and all his teammates in the game when they are boarding the helicopter towards the end of the Modern Warfare 2 story mode. When they are boarding the helicopter, I believe it is in the Afghanistan mission, when they are getting onto the helicopter, the last thing he does is actually turns around and he actually shoots, and that is how Ghost actually dies in Modern Warfare 2. So his status then, he is actually dead, and if you've played Modern Warfare 2 and completed it, you do actually get to kill and get revenge on Shepard in the final mission. Soap, whose real name is McTavish, actually kills him by throwing a throwing knife into his face, and actually does kill him, as I said, in the final mission of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in the mission called Endgame. Finally then, in this squad we do have Ramirez. Now Ramirez is actually a Premiership striker from Southampton, and he is a private in Call of Duty. He was playable in the Modern Warfare 2 game in the mission Wolverines. Now you don't actually get to see his face, even though you do get to play with him in Call of Duty, and a cool little fact for you is that he is the only playable character from Modern Warfare 2 who is still alive in the current Call of Duty story mode. So I hope you did enjoy this squad builder. It was something different. I hope you did enjoy it. It was really fun making the cards for every single player. As I said, unfortunately I wasn't able to include all of the Call of Duty characters simply because their names, whatever their name they had, it didn't actually exist for a player on the Ultimate Team game this year. So if you did enjoy the squad builder, I hope you did, then please do leave a like rating. If you could smash anything near 1,000 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this squad builder in the comment section below, and let me know who your favourite character was in Call of Duty. You know, there are so many. I'd have to go with McTavish, because he was such a god during the whole Modern Warfare 2 campaign, and in that final mission when you do get to kill Shepard, it is an absolutely brilliant mission within that Call of Duty game. So as I said, I hope you did enjoy the squad builder. If you did, please do leave a like and a comment, and until my next one, I'll speak to you guys later. Take care.